What's going on, guys? What's up? Sorry for the lateness, for the tardiness. I don't even have my lights on, so it might look a little dark today, but it is what it is. Give a couple seconds into the stream. All right. Let's see. Everything's good. All right, guys. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, Welcome to Vice Traders Academy's live daily isolation class. Um, just a little brief intro. So in this session, what we do is in this live is we go over these 9 pairs besides XRP you see on the right hand side of your screen. And what we do is we look for a potential setup that's looking to hit our points of interest for us to take an entry during the late London, early New York session. That's the session that I primarily trade. We also have 2 other lives that complements this live. We have a live trading room every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern. In that live, what we do is we take the trades that we actually speak about in this class, which is the day before, right? And we also have a Sunday market breakdown Sundays at 9 a.m. Eastern. And this class Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. So, guys, welcome, welcome. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. And also join our free Discord. The Discord is free, guys. The link is in the description and it's in the bio and it's also in the chat. So I did get a comment on last Thursday's class. Someone asked about the Discord. Is it free? Do I have to pay for anything? And again, guys, it's free. You don't have to pay for anything. I will never reach out to you for you to pay me for anything. So there's times that we do have some infiltrators in our trading group and they pretend to be myself or they pretend to be Mr. Lewis. You know, you have to make sure that you understand we will never ask you guys to send us any money. We don't offer any services. We don't offer signals. We don't offer account management. We don't do none of that stuff, guys. So if you ever get reached, if anyone ever reaches out to you guys and pretend to be us, or ask you for money, just know it's not us. Just keep that in mind. It's not us. Someone is trying to hack you and scam you, right? Just reach out to us. Usually, when that happens, we catch it. You know, the community is very active, right? A lot of the people in the community, not a lot of them, but some of them know me personally outside of this, so they have reached out to them in the past, and they have told us we block them, we send them away, you know, we report them. But just make sure you know you stay on your P's and Q's. You know, everyone wants to scam, especially during December. So keep that in mind. We will never ever ever ask you to pay for anything for the Discord. We do not offer signals. We do not offer account management. Right? Want to get that out of the way. We do not do any of those things. This is an educational platform, right? So guys, so again, welcome. So let's start this party. So let's start with AU, right? Top to bottom. Who was asking me? Oh yeah, Mr. Albert, right? I know you're gonna watch this later. No. I think it's Muhammad. Muhammad, I know you're gonna watch this later. You send me your trading plan, right? Which is your checklist of what you need to do, right? It was very vague. What I mean by that is that it has to be a top to bottom. Your trading plan, guys. If you guys are developing a trading plan, just use this rule of thumb. Your trading plan should be so basic and so simple for somebody to follow along that you should be able to hand me your trading plan and I should be able to do every single step. If your trading plan does not um, follow those steps or that end result, right? That you can hand it over to someone else and they can follow. They could be like, okay, I'm going to go to the daily chart. In the daily chart, I'm going to look for XYZ. If I find this, if this, then that type of situation, right? If this, then do that. If this, then do that. That's what I mean. So if your trading plan is not in that form or that fashion, it's not a good trading plan because again, it's a plan, right? Just think about a recipe. If you look at a recipe book, right, anyone could follow along, right? It will say use a half cup of milk. Anyone could go get a half cup of milk if you have a measuring cup, right? Anyone could turn the heat on medium. Like it's to, stir in paprika, pepper, salt, whatever the case is. It's so simple, it's so specific that anyone could follow. That's why it's a recipe book, right? Your trading plan should be similar to that. A step by step, um, in the step-by-step format to get from a top to bottom analysis, right? So yes, Mr. Muhammad, you need a top to bottom analysis. Usually, right? That's what I do on Mondays, right? Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I don't go over my charts as in detail as I do Mondays, because Mondays I'm setting up for my week, right? If something is going counter trend, I know I'm not going to really be trading it. I'm waiting for it to get with the trend, right? Because I don't trade counter trend to the overall market makers pattern. If you're in my class, you know what that means, right? So and if you're not, please join the Discord. The link is in the description. We have free one-on-one classes with myself and Mr. Jumper. So make sure to take advantage of that. There is a schedule. You schedule it yourself around, what's free in the agenda. So guys, make sure to take advantage of that. So let's start this party. So let's start with AU again. So AU top to bottom is similar to this, Mr. Muhammad. So first thing I want to look at is where am I in the market makers pattern? I'm in A2, meaning second zone of consolidation. So my overall trend is down, right? The market makers trend is down. Step one. Step two, I want to look at my market structure for my daily time frame, right? I want to see what's happening on the daily time frame, right? Where's the direction of the trend? We had this high, we had this low, we had this lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, high equal high, right? And all of a sudden, price is just ranging between that high and that low, which causes us to have this zone, right? So right now we're trading in between this zone, right? This inside of here and here is the internal structure of this high and this low, right? But overall, my daily market direction, my market structure, right, is down because we're creating lower low, lower highs, even though we have this internal structure happening. So now let's go to the 4, right? Oh well, let's go back to the day for 1 second. Monthly move, what happened last month, right? This is key thing right here, right? We had the previous 2 months, we had 2 months of drop. What does that tell me? That tells me that this month I'm expecting a new low for the month. We already got a new low for the month, right? We could have a continuation. Price could continue to move, but I'm expecting price to be lower. That's another. Remember, well, let's start. Not remember, but trading is about probabilities and trading is about getting the probabilities into your favor. So the more confluences, meaning the more things are checking out to your strategy, right? The higher the probability that your trade is correct, right? But you have to have the right rules, guys. It's not just any rules, right? So in this situation, we have, wait 1 second. All right, in this situation, right, we in A2, meaning the market maker's trend is down, right? We have our daily market structure is down. We have a previous 2 months of drop, so we're expecting a third month of drop, which we already have it, but we could be expecting a little bit more for it to go down, right? So these are already 3 confluences that are biases down, right? We already have 3, right? So now we're going to go to the 4-hour chart. So the 4-hour chart, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the first thing is my market structure. What direction is the trend on the 4-hour, right? We can see that we had a change of character at the top side. We have lower lows, lower highs, this whole thing, and it's giving us lower lows, lower highs. So let's update this real quick. We have a new lower low, right? And having this lower low, right? Basic market structure, that you get anywhere, they will tell us that our entry target should be where? When we make a lower low, right? When the market pulls back, it should pull back around the previous, right, lower low, And that's what we should be looking for our target, right? So do I have that ready? Yes, I have it here. Market came, touched, pushed down, right? Came back and is touching it again, right? Came, faked the breakout. Why? My class, right? The way I see breakouts is two candles confirm the breakout, right? So, A, this one breaks out, right? Confirmation is in this candle, right? Two things need to happen for it to be a breakout. Number one, it needs to not touch the line that it broke out of, or the zone, whatever it is. And number two, if the market is up, the candle needs to close above the previous candle. In this example, price did not touch, right? Check. Second thing, did price close above the previous candle? No. So this is not a break. This is a test. Next candle, look what happened. Next candle came back, touched the line, and the following candle came below. So we understand that this was not. This was just a test. It tested the previous lower low. That's basically what it did. So now we still in a good position to be looking for trades to go down, right? To go to the downside. So we have that. So let's look at a 4-hour zone. That's the next thing. We need to know where we're trading. We were at one time trading between here and here. Price broke this low, right? So now we have a new low of our zone, which is here. And where did the push start that broke the low? Started up here, right? So we're trading between this high and this low. Everything between this high and this low is the internal structure of this 4-hour structure. All right. So now let's go drop down to our, and also let's take a look. We have our 4-hour time frame is down. So now we have 4 confluences, right? Our 5th confluence right now is that price came back and retest the previous lower low, right? The bottom of the previous zone, right? We didn't break it, right? That's, what is that? That's 5 confluences right now for the downside. Let's drop down to my 30, right? We want to see what the market structure is looking like for the 30, first thing, right? Right now we have this lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. You know how I am, guys. I'm a neat freak when it comes to this stuff. So can't see anything out of place. So now we have this lower low and price pushed up here, right? But let's take a look at our zones. Our zones tells us a lot. So at one point in time, we were trading between that high and that low. Price broke below, right? Made a new low. So this is a low of the zone, and this is our top, right? Let's confirm, did the price break or did the price test? So we have this and we have this, right? So in this example, price did break above. So our 30-minute at this present time and moment, I will have this as up. Why, Eric? Because we were making, if we look at this market structure, making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, then we have a higher high, right? Which caused a what? A market structure shift, aka a change of character, a change of direction, whatever verbiage you like. That's what it caused over here. So now we have a shift to the top side on the 30-minute time frame, right? So where did the push start that caused this new high? Was here, right? And here's the new high, right? So anything in between that high and that low, it's what? It's internal structure, right? Lower time frame structure, right? So now I know that it's up, right? But these are short-term shifts, right? The lower the time frame, the shorter the time on the shift, how long it will stay, meaning how long it will stay heading that direction. That's what I mean by that, right? So in this situation, we can still trade this short, right? We just need a lot of other confluences happening on the lower time frame, right? And just by looking at this alone, right? Just by looking at it, right? I can see that we have this high, higher low, right? Internally, right? Meaning lower time frame, 5-minute time frame, right? We can even mark it. We have this high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? This is internal. We'll go to the 5-minute chart. That's what I'm going to see, right? You see it right here. Then all of a sudden, right, I need price to break below here. Price breaks below there. Now we were heading up. Now the first time frame that shows that we're heading down is going to be the 5-minute. So now price dip, break below. We can see why. First candle, second candle. A, did it touch? No. B, did it close below the previous? Yes, it did. So this confirms the break. Then price came back. Touched, touched, right? Price came. We got to get into the specifics of this to really see this. The details, right? So let's start with the details. Right? That's the zone. Right? So if we see our zone, price just tapping the zone. It didn't break the zone. Let me take this off. So we see price came. Then if we do it here, realistically it's here because everything is still in here, the wicks. From that body to that wick, right? Because we have this higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? So we have that. So price came and went below. But realistically speaking, if we're looking for we're looking for significant pullbacks. So let's just keep these as significant pullbacks because we can get confused over here like this is a higher high, higher low, higher high to be part of a significant pullback, and you would not be wrong. Why? Because if we're measuring pullbacks from here to here, this is 10 pips roughly, right? From there to there is more than 10. So this is a pullback, right? So this is why these details are very important. So we technically have this, this high, this pullback, this high, this pullback, and this high. We technically have that. So the change of character was issue here, right? Price change, and if you notice, this is a what? I had the shoulders pattern at the top, right? Price came and broke below here, right? Perfect. We have this lower low now, right? Then we have, this is the flip zone. Price came, broke the flip, and we just testing the flip on a 5-minute chart, right? To come down. This is what I want to see, right? So price right now is still looking good to take shorts, but for you guys know, I want to make sure, especially now, there's two things I want to see, right? Over here, I want to see that break of structure that change of character that happened. Then I want to see a break of structure, right? Once I see these two things, I know that we're heading down because anything can happen here. Price could come over here, go like this, and start moving up. But I want to see the price break, retest for the continuation, right? I want to see those two things. I want to see number one and number two. Number one is a change of direction, change of character. After a change of character, right, and breaks below, I want to see price pull back and then break again and cause that BOS, the first BOS, right? This is two layers of confirmation that we're pushing now. Because there's times that the market changes and then changes again. But if it change causes a break of structure, you have a higher probability that the market has changed around. If it just causes a change of character, there's still a higher probability that it hasn't really changed. Remember this, the lower the time frame, the more fragile the structure. The higher the time frame, the structure becomes the structure are more dominant. They're stronger. Why? Because it takes way more time to move on a higher time frame than a lower time frame. It's moving so fast. Market structure shifts happens all the time. It happens at a fast pace, right? So to have that second layer of confirmation on a lower time frame, you want to see that change of character and that break of structure retest for you to participate. It just brings your probability to a higher percentile, and that's what trading is all about. High probable trades. And this is one of the ways that you can achieve that is by having those two layers of confirmation, not just one. Because there's times you be like, man, but it changed. Why did it change again? Right? Give it some time. Let it run. Let it show you. Let them play their cards. Then you play your hand. right? Let them play their hand, then you play your hand. Don't let them show you half of the hand, and then you say, "Well, I'm going to make a decision based on that." That's gambling at that point, right? But if you let them play the whole hand, and then you just sit back and be patient enough to wait for things to happen, right? You'll be in a better side of the market. So, with that being said, AU, I'm going to still be watching it, right? I'm going to put it green. Let me take all this off first. I'm going to put it green. Why green, Eric? Because we have 2 weeks of drop. I mean, 2 months of drop. Sorry, we have previous 2 months of drop. So I know we're going to go lower, right? I need to. Another thing we have to remember is market timing, right? For you guys who are in the class, write this down, right? The beginning of the month, right? This is textbook wise, right? This doesn't happen all the time, but if everything goes according, if everything was great, which happens sometimes, you know, this is how it will go. The beginning of the month will go counter trend. Then once you start getting to the middle towards the end, market will start trending with the trend, right? So then you have the reversal, right? We're looking for, I'm gonna give an example. So right now we're looking for the market to go down. So in the beginning of the month, what direction would the market be going? It will be trapping traders. What direction? Opposite side. So the market will be going up, right? Then towards the middle of the month, market will start turning around and market will distribute into the trend's direction, the overall trend's direction, right? So that's why we mark these things. So at the beginning of the month, right? What happened with the trend? This is the beginning of December. Market was going down. So what am I expecting? Market to go down, right? Towards the middle of the month, markets to start reversing, right? That's my expectation. That's what it typically does, right? I'm gonna give you some examples of it. So we expecting price to go down. Notice what happened here. From the first to the 12th, market went counter trend. Then for the middle of the month, starting the 15th, what happened? Market went down, right? Next month, the beginning of the month, it went down. So towards the middle of the month, what happens? Price was going up, right? Beginning of the month, it went down. Towards the middle of the month, price was going up, right? In this example, price just trended the whole month, right? Which remember, they're going to give us variations to this. But if you can find the textbook perfect scenario, the odds be coming to your favor, right? This is, market timing, right? So write this down, guys, market timing. So the beginning of the month, this month, market was moving counter the overall trend, which is down, right? Getting towards the middle, right? We're talking about the eighth, ninth, right? 12, let's say 12 here, market just pushed down, right? And then consolidated. So the beginning of the month right now, we're going down. So towards when we start getting to the 13th, 14th, 15th, right? There's a possibility that the market will start to turn around, right? So right now, market is going with the trend. Middle of the month, I'm expecting price to go opposite of the trend, right? Because if we thinking about it from a perspective of market structure, if the beginning of the month goes down, what needs to happen? If they make a lower low, they need to push up to make a lower high. Then the next month, the beginning, will make a lower low. Then towards the middle, will make a lower high, right? That's just how they make market structure, right? Think about that. Over here, we made a high. Middle, we have to make a higher low to the end to make the higher high. It's just making market structure. That's all they're doing, making market structure with this type of market timing, right? So that's your gem for today. I'm not going to give too many. If you want more, make sure to join the Discord. The link is in the description. It's free, right? We can get together, do one-on-ones, ask me whatever question you want, right? And we can verify this. Does it happen all the time? Again, nothing is all the time. It's when everything aligns, right? And that's what trading is about. You have your set of rules. You have your trading plan. You have to wait for the trading plan to present itself and everything to check out. They know you're waiting for it. They know you're waiting for these things. The patient traders are the most successful ones, not the ones that act on impulse. They're the ones who are waiting for their trading plan to confirm for them to get in and participate. That's what trading is all about, guys. So there's a lot of different ways to trade, right? This is just the way I trade, right? There's people who trade other things, they are very successful, right? So let's continue. So now we understand our 4 hour, we understand our 30 minutes, right? This is a pair that I'm going to be watching, right? So let's start looking for what I want to see, right? I want to see price change direction back to the bottom. For price to change direction on the 30 back to the bottom, what we need to see, we need to see price break below this low. So now that I know that we switched to the top, it's not long term, it's short term. We still want to be as strict as possible, right? What I mean by being as strict as possible, we want to be strict, even though we understand it's short term, right? We still want to be as strict as possible. And when I'm setting up here, this is an alert to let me know that when price breaks below here, we change back to the bottom, right? So this is my overall 30 minutes, right? This is my 30-minute structure. Now I'm going to set internal structures alerts, right? So for example, here we understand we got this small change of character here, right? And now we're having to break a structure down here, right? In a lower time frame. So what I want to wait for price to break down, come back up, retest to continue, right? That's the game plan for me, right? So I want to set up an alert over here, right? If price just happens to move and doesn't, it just breaks and doesn't retest or just moves, oh well, right? I'm not there. I wasn't there for the party. I'm okay with that. Just notice what time market has been moving early, 12:30 a.m. Right? Early, consolidated, moved early, right? So this pair could start moving early. Right now, it just moves early. It's been moving early. It's not waiting for us in the London, New York session. It's just moving. It's just continuing, right? Slight retracement, then continuation, right? For the most part, or reversal, like here. If I add an alert now, it's gonna go off. So just so you guys can see, AUD 30-minute BOS NS. That means internal structure, right? Or if you want to chop it down, go to the 5 minute, right? 5 minute. You could put 5 minute structure, right? I only really use the 5 minute for entry, right? Like really, I'm only dropping that for entry for my entry rule. So market structure for the most part, I pay attention to the overall structure on the 30. I do pay attention to market structure on a 5 minute chart, don't get me wrong, right? But when I'm looking for entries, I want to see things happening from this point of view, right? Because if I break it down to the five, on a five, we could get confused. This candle, notice how it's not touching. This candle could just um close below this candle. It's not touching right now. And you may think that when price hits back, that should take the entry, right? No, remember that there's what is it? Um, six 5 minute candles make up a 30-minute candle. So if the 30-minute clears, then I'm going to go back and look. If the 30-minute doesn't clear, I don't want to see it. I want to see the 30-minute clear, right? So this is why I'm going to leave it like this. So we good. This stays on. Spend a lot of time on Euro, on AU. Not going to spend that much time on every pair, guys. All right. So next pair, EURCAD. So EURCAD, where are we? Oh, and just confirm a couple things. So AU, right? We have price came and touched. Let's see. Right, I still waiting for the candle to close. And this candle got 25 minutes to close. You see that? On the 5 minute, okay, it's pushing back up. So it did not break, it just tested. Even if the candle right now closed below, we will know it will be a test candle. Why? Because it's already touching the line. The wick, it will leave a wick, and the wick will be touching the line. So there's nothing really to look at right now. But we just need to wait. EURCAD. Start from the top. So EURCAD, right now we are in level 2 rise, right? But we went right back into the consolidation. So, excuse me. There's really, we could really have a conversation of where are we, right? Because we're literally right back. We went right back to the middle of the consolidation, right? So let's make this V2 again, right? Let's not say that we up, that the trend is already started because we went right back down, right? So let's make this as clean as possible. We understand there's some variations, but in this situation, it's not a variation. We're going to keep it textbook, right? So now we understand that. Let's look at our market structure, our daily market structure, right? We had a peak low, we had a higher high, higher low, higher high. We had a change of character. Now we up to the top, right? We're moving up. We had a higher high, a higher low, equal high, equal low, and then we had a higher high, right? Then we had an equal low, then we had a lower high, right? So now we understand we're trading in between the zone, right? Let's go back. We were trading between here and here, right? Everything that was happening inside of here was internal structure until price broke above, right? We use this as a break above, I think at one point. Let's make this perfect, right? This was not a break above. Why? Because market literally gapped up and came down. So we eliminated this candle. This is not a break. Why? Because price did close above a little bit, but it touched, no break. But over here, here's where we said the price broke above. Why? Because this candle did not touch, and also it cleared above the previous candle, right? So this is one of those, one of those things that would throw everything off, right? From there we said that we were pushing up, right? We broke out and we did it. We were still trading in between the zone. Right now, if we were to say this was the breakout, right? Then our zone was between here and here. Then price broke below again. So now we would have had our daily down, right? And then where did the push start? It started from here to here. Then we would have waited for price to break above here for us to say that our daily's back to the top side, right? So we're going to do that because we want to make this, we want to make our rules as strict as possible, right? No what ifs or no maybes, right? That's what we get confused at. So now that we know the price broke, where did the push start that broke the high, the zone? It started from here. This is the push that went up to cause this break of structure. So we're going to move this to the red candle, right? And then we had a new high here, right? And it's just body and wick, right? The body and the wick, right? Price was trading between that high and that low. We were zoning in there, consolidating, and then the price broke below. When price caused that break of structure, which was technically a change of character to the downside, put that down. Make this as strict as possible, even though we understand the overall trend, right? But what I mean by that is that when the zone was between here and here, we're trading between this high and this low, and everything that was happening between that high and that low was internal structure. Prices came and tested, never broke it, and bounced back up. But we're going to play it this way, right? We're going to play it this way. So now price broke below, caused the markets to switch to the bottom side, right? Just following the rules, right? So now we have a new low and a new high. Where did the push start that broke this low? Was here. So now let's move this to here. and then we have a new bottom, which is here. So this is our trading zone for the daily, right? So the daily is down. When, Eric, when will the daily be up? Again, when price breaks above here, right? When price breaks above here, will cause another change of character, and it will take days, right? Just think about it. To get up there is, let's say, 236 pips. This push was 240, and this was how many days? 5 days to get up here. So it's gonna take about 5 days for us to have a change back to the top side. This is what I mean, that this takes time to develop. Just think about it. On a 5 minute time frame, could take 15 minutes, 20 minutes, because it's 5 minute candles. These are daily candles, right? So right now we understand that. Perfect. Let's look at our monthly moves. Last month was a month for drop, right? Let's go to the 4 hour. So 4 hour, I love the 4 hour because the 4 hour we have 2 weeks, previous 2 weeks of rise. So that's letting us know that this week we should be expecting price to have a new high for this week, right? At this a candle closure. We don't have a candle closure yet, right? We don't have it, but we do have 2 weeks of rise. So let me know that the market is up. I have a good opportunity to get into a trade, a buy to go up. That's also in line with my overall market makers pattern because I'm in a V2, second zone of consolidation, heading up. So there's a lot of things lining up right now for us. So let's look at our market structure. So market structure, we had a change of direction here. We had a low, lower high, lower low. We had a change of direction, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher, higher low, and price broke out of here and started to give us higher highs, right? So let's take a look at that. We had a change of character happen here. How we know? Let's confirm. Price broke above. Second candle confirmed. A, did it touch the line? No. B, did it close above the previous candle? No. So this candle does not confirm the break. Following candle. A, is it touching? No. B, did it close above the previous green candle? Did it clear it? Yes. This is the candle that confirms the break of the structure, the change of direction. This candle. So after that candle, then the next thing I'm looking for is for price to pull back to my change of direction to then give me my continuation, right? Price nipped it, right? Barely missed it, right? And we started to push up, right? So this place is still a place of interest, a point of POI. Why? Because price can consolidate here, then come back down, and then continue, right? Similar to what it did here. And price did what? Came down, continue, right? So it could do all that. That still stays as a point of interest for me, my 4 hour change of character. Now let's break it down. I want to break it down now to my 30. I want to see what my 30 is doing. So when I'm looking at let's go back to the fourth for 1 second, right? Let's look at our 4 hour zone. Why? Because we might need to update it, right? Price broke above. Now, where did the push start that caused this break of the zone? It started from here, right? Because we got this high, this low, it started from there. So now I want to move the bottom of my zone over here. This is my new bottom. We don't have a new high yet, right? Because we haven't had the run, the push to the top side has not been completed yet. We don't have a pullback yet, a significant pullback for the 4 hour time frame. So I just want to the high. I could just not show the high for right now, right? I know that my change of character is there, my alert is there, so that's what I want to see right now. I don't want too much clutter on my charts. Drop down to the 30, right? So let's take a look at my market structure. Market structure on the 30, right? We had this change of character down here to higher high, higher low, high, higher low, lower high, low, right? Equal low, lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Right? We saw this. higher high, higher low, high, low, and this is where we are right now. I'm gonna say that because look, again, did we clear? No. This is why this is a low for me, not a, it broke down because again, there's two things need to happen. A, this candle closed. Next candle, is it touching the line? No, but did it close below? No, it didn't. Came above. So this is not a break to the bottom side. All right, so we're just trapped between there. So I hope that makes sense. Let's take a look at our daily zones. Right, we're trapped between that high and that low. We have no breaks, so we're trapped in this high. So let's look for our points of interest. So right now we have a 4-hour point of interest. Let's see, do we have a 30-minute point of interest? Price to break and give us a retest will be 1, right? Price to come back down and test that break of structure, right? Because we were expecting, technically, we expect the price to break, come back, retest for a continuation, right? That's what they teach us, right? This is an example of it. Price broke, came back, retest, and then continue, right? That's what we expected. Look here, price broke, came, right, and then left. So we are expecting this type of behavior, right? But like I said in our last class, the bigger the push, the less it will come back to, especially when it's trying to move from places, right? Especially when it's trying to move. Right here, look, right? Push big, push, right? Came back, barely miss it, right? So there's a certain type of behavior that you know that you will learn, that you will see with time, which pullbacks actually reach the previous targets, right? The bigger the push, the less likelihood is going to come back all the way, especially something this small. All right, so my pullback target will be here. Right? I'm gonna keep it here. This was yesterday, technically, right? Price came, excuse me, price came, barely missed, came back to the top, right? So this would have been an entry from here to the top. That's 32 pips. The price came back, right? Test, testing, came back above, right? The perfect entry would have been around here. This wick would have been a good entry. If you drop down to the 5, we'll be able to see it even better. What I mean by that, if you just follow my rules is here. You have an anchor. Identify our anchor. We had a target. This was a target. 3 pushes to the target, right? We have 1 clear, 2 clear, 3rd push, right? I mean, we have 1, 2, 3 pushes. Boom. Identify the anchor. You have a W, right? Price clear. You had that change. Price clear, change. Boom. Entry. Price went above. Came back, right? Still within the zone, right? So over here, same thing. 3 pushes. 1, 2, 3. Notice the anchor. Price came. Retest. Free. So there was 1 opportunity, 2 opportunities. Same thing. It's the same rules. It's not a different rule. It's not he switched it up on us. And here's the flip zone. Price came back to the flip zone too, even here. So notice how this rule and this rule all checked out in the same place, right? So the same rules. You just gotta have clear rules, be able to apply your rules, wait for shit to develop for you to execute. But if you don't have a trading plan, this is the purpose of the trading plan. If you don't have a trading plan, if you don't have a plan, if you fail to plan, I was told this by one of my teachers when I was in aviation school. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? It's that simple. If you fail to have a plan, then your plan is to fail because you don't have a plan to win, right? So this is the winning playbook. This is the winning plan. So this was a great trading last night. Was on EURCAD. EURCAD gave us opportunity here. Again, 1, 2, 3, they gave us the same shit, and came back and gave us the same shit, right? So I still will be looking for this. Let's take a look at the daily move. We had a previous 2 days of rise. So yesterday we were expecting a new high for the day. It gave it to us. Price didn't close, but wicked and made the high for the day, right? Came back down, right? But we did get a rise. We got a rise no net, meaning we got a reset. So we can expect price to continue today up to. And again, my target stays the same. This pullback stays the same. This break above and broke above. See, price broke right here. Why? This candle closed above. Next candle, is it touching? Yes. Did it close above? Yes. Is this a break? No. Why? Because it's touching. But the following candle, is it touching? No. Did it close above the previous? Yes, it did. This is the confirmed break. Then we have this break, this pullback. In the lower time frame, price see higher highs, higher lows, right? Higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low. So could be expecting price to continue. We might not even get a chance on this one either. This might start to move early. Still there. Would love for it to pull back though. Maybe not this low. Right here. Even here. Because you have this. So what do we get taught? Right? That's what we get taught. So this would be a good target. Be an early target. I'm going to move it to there. Not going to use the wick neither. I'm going to move it to here. Alright, so this blue. EURUSD. Start from the top. Where are we? E1 on the way up, right? So we up. Daily market structure, right? Setting up. We're looking like we consolidated. What's our zone? We're trading between this high and this low. Everything in between is market internal structure of the daily. Price came, tested it, didn't break the zone, right? And we just dancing around the bottom, right? Multiple hits, right? We can see that there's a nice setup happening. We have this lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? On a smaller time frame. When price breaks above here, we know we're pushing up, right? And we can see that from a higher standpoint. What's the monthly move? We had a previous 2 months of drop. So I am expecting price, even though we see this nice potential turnaround, right? We can see, oh wow, it's giving me one of the anchors you speak about, Eric, right? You have a W variation, right? This is an equal one, right? You have one that the first leg is shorter. The first leg is longer, which is the one we see here, or we have the one that the first leg is shorter. You have these two different types of W's, right? Which one can we see here? We can see this one, right? That's the one that we can see that's happening right there, right? But we know that they use these patterns, right, to get us to commit, right? Traps to get us to open up a trade, right? So we can't fall for this, right? This is why I say if price change characters, what's the next thing we need to see? Break a structure retest. Notice my confirmation. Notice how better my confirmation is, right? We will already see price moving up. We will already start to see price behaving in a great way to push up. But if we just wait for that change of character, price could even come here and then show us this. And this will be what? Sweeps of that high, liquidity grabs, whatever you want to name it, right? So this is why you wait. The more confluences you have, the higher your probabilities just become, guys. It's just that simple. So will Euro USD be a trade I will be taking? No. Right, I'm going to keep this off. Why? Because we have 2 months of drop already. I want a new low for the month to be set before I be looking for any type of reversals to happen back to the top side. Right. So we're gonna continue to look at it, right? Just to update my structures, but I will not be looking for a POI, a point of interest for a potential entry, right? So let's update our 4-hour market structure. Everything is good, right? It's down, right? We don't even have market structure under 4 that's pushing up. We had a change over here. We had lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, high, higher low, and we still stuck over here, right? 4-hour change of character alert will be over here. 4-hour changes to the top, then maybe we can start to participate. But right now, I need to wait for that, for them to tag me in. Remember, they move, I move. I want to see their hand. I'm not gonna play poker, and I'm gonna show you my cards before I see your cards, right? I want you to throw your hands first, right? So we understand that. 4-hour, 30-minute. What's my 30-minute market structure? We were, well, we're down. Let's see, no. Let's see our zone. Our zone will help us. So we had market 1 point we was down. We had a change to the top, higher high, lower low, change to the bottom, high, higher low, higher high, change to the top. All right, so we had this higher low, high, higher low, lower high, lower low. We had to change to the bottom, right? Lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. We had to change to the top, right? So we had to change to the top. Price broke above. No, it didn't. Price tested above. We were between here and here. Price test never broke. So we still technically down. So that's down, 4 hours down. No, 4 hour, yeah, so 4 hours still down. For the change of character, right, to go back to the top side, right, we need price to break above here, and price just test, notice, test, 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 test. There's no breaks above. So I need price to break above there to show me up. Because right now my 4 hours down and my 30 minutes down, right? And since we're day traders, the lower the time frame, the lower time frame needs to be more into our overall bias, because if not, we're going opposite of what's really happening at the moment. So at the moment, everything is down. Even though we looking like we up, we haven't broke above. So we still gonna honor and look at what the market structure is showing us, now what we want them to show us. Is what they show us. So I put my alert to be on. So once we break above here, then I know that we're pushing up, right? And my 4 hour will hold way more weight on my decision to trade than my 30-minute. Why? Because the 30-minute structures could shift fast. Just like we could shift that we back going up, then it could shift for us to go to the bottom. We already see that we had a previous 2 weeks of drop. We're expecting a new low for the month, for the week, I mean. So yeah, 2 weeks of what? It's 2 weeks? No, 2 months of drop. Euro USD, yeah, 2 months. I'm looking at my board. I have a board here, guys, so you know, to keep me in line. So with that being said, I can't until that doesn't complete, can't even focus on really trading this. Remember what I said. Think about market timing. The beginning of the month, where is it going? Counter to the true intention, right? The true intention is we need to make a new low for the month. The beginning of the month, let's go counter. Let's get people to bite going up. Then middle, we start running it down, right? So that's what I'm expecting. So with this pair, I'm not going to be trading, guys. I'm going to be waiting. And yesterday we had a day of put drop. 2 days of drop. So today I'm expecting price to go down at 2 days of drop. Even though we had that gap, right? Gap throws it all off, right? Could be, could not be. Would this be a trade? No. So this would be off regardless. All right. But we still got potential setup. I mean, not potential setup. We know where we at. We know what needs to happen. Until they don't until they don't show us what we want to see, right? They show us their hand, then we play our hand. Until that, we just wait. We have an alerts. Next, GJ. Start from the top. So GJ, where are we? Level 1 drop, right? We broke out of previous peak high. We extended it, then we pushed down, right? So now we're level 1 drop going down. Let's look at our market structure. Market structure overall, we still showing higher high, low, right? We're still showing up on the daily market structure, right? Why we know that? Because we're still trading between the zone. Once we clear this zone, excuse me, and we start pushing and we had a change of character on the daily time frame, we overall started to push down, right? But right now we're trading between this high and this low. Everything in the middle is the internal structure of the daily time frame, right? So let's take a look at our monthly move. Last month we had a monthly drop, right? So beginning of the month, go up. Towards the end of the month, we want to see it go down. Again, it's going to be easy, right? We did this beginning of the month, middle, then end of the month, right? Start showing me that change of direction. That's what I want to see. 4 hours. All right, let's take a look at our market structure. Market structure on the 4 hour is down, right? Market pushed up, created higher highs, higher lows. All of a sudden, we had a change of direction here, change of character. We start to meet lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Our 4 hour zone is between this high and this low. Previously, everything between that high and that low is internal structure to this 4 hour. So right now, if we can say, if we're looking at this 4 hour, there's an internal zone in here too, just so you guys don't get confused. I mean, like, but why he marked over there if this is the high, this is the low? Because when we were pushing down, we pushed down from here, right? We made this lower low, lower high, lower low. And everything that happened inside is internal structure, right? So this internal structure shift to the downside, right? At one point it shift to the top, the internal structure. Now we shift to the downside, which is cool. Now we do have an internal structure zone will be between here and here, right? And again, textbook wise, when we're trading lower lows, lower highs, where and does the textbook say to look for our entry? At the previous what? Lower lows. So we expect the price to push up to here to then come back down, right? Notice where we are. So I want that breaker structure retest to get triggered. Once this triggers me back in, I know that we're boom. We'll be looking for other sets of rules to change a character in the lower time frames to start going down for us to start participating. But our 4 hour is down. Now our 30-minute, it's up. Why? We had a change of direction over here. We had this higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, low, right, and higher high, right? So now we're waiting for price to what? Reach the target, right? Start showing me that change back to the bottom side. Very simple, guys. Just found a market structure, nothing crazy. Just fix this. Right? Nothing crazy. So we're just waiting right now, right? Right now, our change of character back to the bottom. Right? Remember, we had this lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Then we had this higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, high, low, higher high. Right? 30-minute zone was between here. Price broke above. Where did the price break above? The push started here. So we can change this to here. Right? Change this to here. And this is not a significant pullback. This is just continuation. So we're just waiting. Just waiting right now. Lower time frame, we can see this higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Look, tested the previous, right? So we're just waiting for price to turn around. We have points of interest already, right? So there's really not much more we can wait for. We're just waiting for price to turn around. We have our targets. All right, well, let's turn this off because we're not really going to be looking at this until it reaches the target. GU. Level 2 rise, right? We broke out, we came back down, right? We still at the top, which is okay. So we still up. Let's take a look. So market structure. What are we doing? We were trading at one time between this high and this low. Price broke above, created a new high, right? So then we switch our zone between that high and that low because this is the push. The push started from here that broke the top of the zone, right? So at one point we were here. Then what happened? Price broke below. So now we have a new high and a new low, right? Price switched to the downside, right? Even though we you can arguably say that this is a test of the bottom of the zone, right? Because if we use this bottom, because this is the bottom that it retested, right? Right? Did it break? Yes, it did. It still broke, right? You could argue it, but we're gonna keep it clean. Keep it clean. Keep everything clean, right? So right now we did switch to the bottom. We have this high. This is the push started from here that broke this bottom. So this will be the high still. And you can participate and say this is the low. So now we're trading between that high and this low, right? For right now, right? I wouldn't even move it yet because this is not a significant pullback for me to use this as a pullback. So we're going to keep it here. All right, so our daily is down. When we look at the monthly move, we had a previous 2 month drop. So what am I expecting this month? Just like the other pair, I'm expecting us to get a new low for the month before we start heading up, right? So even though our 4 hour is up and I'm like 30 minutes up, right? I'm still expecting a push to the bottom side sometime before the end of the month, right? So this is not, GU is not a pair that I'm going to be trading just because of this, right? So let's continue with our 4 hour though. Let's look at our 4 hour market structure. Let's update everything. 4 hour market structure, we were creating lower lows, lower high. We had a change to the bottom. Then all of a sudden we had a push to the top, right? We were trading between this high and this low. Price broke above. I didn't use this one. I used this price broke above to create a new high. So let's update this market structure. Have this high and this low. Price pushed. Right. So where did the push start to broke? Start from here. So let's put this here. And we technically don't have a new high yet. So just let it ride. Right. But we know that we are. We have a new bottom of our zone. Turn this one off. Right. We know we have a new bottom. 4 hour change of character happened here. Right. To the top. So trading this to the top side, what are we waiting for? Price to break, retest to continue. Right. Now, also on the 4 hour, I want to see the same thing. I want to see a change of character and a break of structure retest. Right? Meaning I want to see price change. We got that. Break above. We got that. Retest. Boom. Now I'm looking to trade. I want to see all this happen again because this is already showing me what? Uptrend. Showing me that we're moving up. I want that extra layer of confirmation. I want more layers of confirmation. right? Especially on the 4 hour, not even on the 30-minute time frame. I want it on the 4 hour, right? So the 4 hour is up. Now, when we're looking at my 30 minutes, 30-minute market structure is also up, right? We had this pullback, then we had a break up here. Price broke above, created that change of character. Again, notice here, let's just take a look at what I mean by price changes fast in lower time frames, right? Especially on these pullbacks, right? We had this high, this low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. We were trading between this zone up here and down here, right? So all this don't mean shit, right? So then what happens over here? Price broke above, created a higher high. Now we had a change to the top. Higher high, higher low, higher high. Now we're trading between this high and this low. Then price did what? Price had a change over here, right? Price changed to the bottom. Where did the push start that caused the change? Started here. So we had this lower low, lower high, higher low, high, low, higher high. Then we had another change to the top side here. Notice how many changes we had in a short period of time, right? Like between 8 days, 8, 5 days, 6 days. We had to change from top to bottom, back from bottom to top, right? So right now we're trading between this zone, guys, between this high and this low, right? Price change. We had a retest yesterday. Price came, retest, tested on Friday, tested again Sunday, Monday, then pushed up, right? This was decent trade, right? Overall, but again, my higher time frame biases are not aligned, right? And that's alarming to me, right? So right now we ended up the day with a high, a rise. Mm, that's good. Nonetheless, still not looking to trade this pair, right? Overall, want to see that monthly get triggered. USD CAD, where are we? Level 3 rise, right? We cleared the zone of consolidation and it's starting to make the next level up. And what those levels look like? Higher highs, higher lows the whole time. And we can see here very clear. This is one of the best pairs to be looking at. USD CAD and AU, best pairs. L3R, right? Monthly move, prior 2 months of rise. So what's this month automatically going to give you? A new high. We already got it, right? Doesn't mean that we can't go higher. We can go higher. But the beginning of the month, this was the no-brainer. This is the one to watch the first 2 weeks of the month because you knew you were going to get a good trade and you'll be able to hold for a little bit of time, right? So this was the good pair to be watching. We had the 2 months of rise, right? So we have one confluences, two confluence, right? Market structure started to push up, three confluences. Market structure is up on the daily. 4 hour. Another thing we have, previous 2 weeks of rise, another confluence, a powerful one, right? Because once you have the month, just think about it. You have the month lined up with the weeks. And if you get the days lined up too, that's a trifecta. That's a trade no fear with that one. That's a trade no fear trade for me. That's we up the lot sizes on those ones. Right? I got 2 weeks. All I need is 2 days. I got 2 days of rise. My lot size is double what it usually is. Right? So we got 2 days. Market structure on the 4 hour, higher highs, higher lows. Can't even deny it, right? What's the 4 hour zone? We was trading between that high and that low, right? Price tested, never broke it. Price here broke it. Why? We had a candle that cleared, right? Then did this candle touch? No. Did it close above? No. Next candle, did it touch? No. Did it close above? No, it didn't. Following candle, did it touch? No. Did it close above? Yes. So this is the candle that confirmed the break. Then we have a retest, right? And then price pushed out of it, right? Great retest, price broke and retest, boop, boop, and move out, right? Move out. Looking good. 30-minute chart, market structure. What do we have? Right? Price trading between that zone. We came and test the top. So let's see. We had a day of rise. And yesterday, what do we have? Price started here. It cleared a little bit. So we technically got 2 days of rise. So what's today? Today's the third day. So this is definitely a pair I'm going to be looking at. Right? The only problem with this pair is that we already have a new high. I would have loved, right? We already have a new high. I would have loved for the price to start the day off coming down. Price would have started to come down. We had enough room to book a profit on the way up. Right now, this is a continuation trade, right? Not my favorite, but a doable trade. Want to see price break this high. Price breaks and retests, right? Before ADR happens, that's 69 pips, right? So break and retest, then we can start the party. We should be getting a signal anytime soon. Price almost touched it. So this stays on for me. This is one of the best trades for the day. Gold. I don't really trade gold, but I do watch it because it dictates a lot of everything else. So where are we? Level 3 rise. We can tell we're trending. We're making the last level to the top. We have higher highs, higher lows. All right. Let's look at market structure. Our zone between this high and this low. Right. We had this higher high, higher low to be made to then push. We can see it. Monthly moves. Last month was a monthly drop. Remember, monthly drop makes that higher low to then push to the higher high. 4 hour market structure on 4 is down. Why? Because we had a change of direction here. Change down, lower low, lower high. We need price to break above here. When price breaks above there, we're continuing the price up. But right now, price is showing down on the 4 hour. 30 minutes. Yesterday we had a day of rise. Right? Looking at the 30-minute market structure, we're trading between that zone and right anything between here and here is internal structure. We're waiting for price to break above here. Once price breaks above there, we had to change the direction back to the top because we were going up. Then what we did, lower low, lower high, lower low, we broke, right? So now between here and here, this internal structure. We're waiting for this to change back to the top. And last but not least, the 30-30. 30-30 I trade a little bit different, right? It's pure market structure. So overall, on the daily, we can see that we up. Why? We're making just higher highs, higher lows. 4 hour internal, we had a previous 3 weeks of rise, right? Well, let's go back to the day. What's the monthly move, right? Last month, we had a month of rise. All right? Beginning of the month, counter, mid and month, rise. Just like this. Beginning of the month, counter, middle, rise. Beginning of the month, counter, middle, rise. Right? This was just trap up, came back down, right? Beginning of the month down, look, went up, came down, and went up, right? This is a variation. But the majority of the times, what are we going to see? Beginning of the month down to then push up. Beginning of the month down to then push up. Beginning of the month down, then push up. And notice where we are. We're retesting the top of the zone, right? 4 hour time frame, market structure, we're up, right? We have these higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. We're trapped between the zone up here, down here. We haven't broke out. This is the candle that decides it, whether we're up or down on the 4 hour. We have to wait for this to finish in another hour and 41 minutes, right? But overall, we had 3 weeks of rise. We had a rise drop variation. So today, this week, we should be expecting a rise. But our 30 minutes, on the other hand, we should be already be down, right? Yep. We had a previous 2 days. Today was the third day of drop. right? No matter what news happened, we knew this was going to be a drop day to the 800. So we had that drop. So our 30-minute zone was broken, right? So we are down on the 30. Notice how the 30 is down first, then comes the 4 hour if the 4 hour switches down. So now let's update this. Where did the push start? Then cause this break was here. USDCAD. We're going to that right now. Right, so now we have that. This bottom of this zone, we can turn it off. Right. Notice how the 4 hour, the daily, and the 30 are all aligned. Right. That makes that zone very strong for it to just clear. Right. We are expecting price to continue pushing up. This is just a minor pullback for that push up. So that's beautiful news that all three zones are together. That means it's a strong zone, right? The daily is a strong zone right there where we are, right? So we are expecting price to push back up. We need to wait for price to clear back to the top side, especially in US30. So to clear, I want it to clear up here. So until price doesn't clear up here, I'm not participating. I want to see price clear, continue to go up. That's what I want to see. Right? Hope that makes sense, gentlemen. And that concludes today. So let's look at what was the signal we just got? Price just ate through it. Okay. EURCAD price retest. We're gonna get everything early. We're gonna get everything early. This is the best one for today, USDCAD. Just need to wait. I would love for price to pull back. This internal looks good. Now I want to see a retest. Price can come back, give me a retest for continuation. I will be participating. Turn this on again. So now if it comes back, tests it, then I could participate. Right, that's about it, guys. So that concludes today. So a lot of gems in today's class. Make sure you guys take notes. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Again, we have our next class. Mr. Jumper will be trading at 7 a.m. Make sure to join the free Discord. The link is in the description. It's also in the chat. It's also in the bio. So you could get the notification when he'll get back on to take the trades live, and also subscribe to the channel and make sure you like this live. So guys, see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Peace.